Alright, Schlockmeister fans, another re-review from my previous channel. We're going to watch something called The Godsend. Let's check it out. Alright, our film starts out with this family in England somewhere, and that's Angela Pleasance, a stranger who's just shown up. Who is she? What does she want?
Who is she?
She just turned up. You saw me talking to her on the walk. I couldn't just get bugger off.
How did she find us? What does she want?
I guess she's got no place to stay, and they take her
Is this
in.
your first you're expecting?
Oh no, I have others.
And she's pregnant.
Not many people seem to want several.
It's not always a question of wanting, is it? Push. Push, now push harder.
And she goes into labor.
Come on. I can see its head now. Push. It's a girl.
You
Meet
don't seem to
Bonnie.
think me. Congratulations, Kate.
May I have a cigarette?
Certainly not.
Well, the next day, the stranger is gone.
What?
That girl, she's gone.
What do you mean?
She's nowhere there. She's gone.
Well, how sad. What about the baby?
Poor thing.
She never comes back either.
Going to take the child away, are they?
But Bonnie in camp, she's got a mother already. I'm her mother. I just have to be. Maybe that's why nature gave you two breasts and not one.
Well, shortly thereafter, their other infant daughter, or son, I'm not sure, is found dead in the crib next to the new baby Bonnie. As Bonnie grows, we discover that she's a little bit of a bully, too. And later on, we don't see exactly what happened, but another one of their kids died, drowned, and Bonnie was nearby. Now, as Bonnie sleeps, Dad notices there's a bunch of marks on her arm.
Those scratches on Bonnie's wrists. Davy was obviously trying to save her. How could you? She's just a baby.
She hurt me, but he hurt me.
Rubbish. Don't lie. How could she hurt you? She's half your size.
She hurt me. She pulled
I don't want to hear any more.
Later on, the family plays hide and seek,
Come on, we want to talk to you.
and Sam, the oldest boy that you just saw, who'd gotten into a scuffle with Bonnie earlier,
Email.
I can't find him anywhere.
he is found dead in the barn. Looks like he fell. And look in the upper right there, you see a little blue ribbon. That was Bonnie's. People are starting to ask questions
They
now.
know a thing or two. Don't think they don't. People are smarter than you think. There's a lot of talk, not without reason. Why don't you own up?
A reporter stops by.
Yeah, well, I've got a duty to my readers. I just want to ask you...
Just bugger off, will you? You can see she's had enough.
Well, your wife is a personality once, wasn't she? I mean,
I'll
people
give you
remember.
a count of three.
No, see here, Mr. Marley.
This time you wait.
You can't do...
So they've lost 3 kids. They still have one of their original kids left, and Bonnie. And Bonnie sees them getting amorous around Christmas time. Maybe they're going to try to make a new kid. And sure enough, there's some coitus interruptus as Bonnie screams for them.
Mummy.
Sorry, Alan. I must go to house. Sorry.
She hops into bed with them.
She wants you to herself.
No. It's just the Christmas thing.
At one point, Bonnie goes into Daddy's room while he's sleeping and kisses him. And the next thing you know, he gets real sick.
Yes, quite clearly.
You may have a little deafness in one ear. Quite common. It should improve. Someone want to pay down below?
Now his dad is nodding off in the park. He wakes up just in time to see this, as Bonnie attacks the other child. That was no accident.
He took that heavy swing and deliberately flung it at Lucy.
You're mad. You couldn't have seen it. You said you were half asleep.
She's not a normal child. I've long suspected it. I know it now.
Mom is defensive.
She's our daughter.
She is not. And God knows whose daughter she is, but she isn't ours.
Mummy, don't let Daddy send me away. Please don't.
I promise to get back before dark.
That child is a complete stranger. You've got to bring them back.
Only when you agree that Bonnie must go.
My God, Lucy, never mind me.
He's taken Lucy and left.
To get rid of her.
While they're separated, she ends up going to the hospital with an accident.
Not surprising. There's no reason why she shouldn't try again.
What?
Didn't she tell you? She lost the baby.
Then you have this strange dream sequence where he takes Bonnie out to dump her in the ocean or something.
No, don't you, Bonnie?
No, what?
I know you. You won't get Lucy.
I'm sorry, I have to speak to her.
Very well.
No, I prefer to stay.
If I can help.
I want a divorce. I don't want to live with you.
Yes, it is possible.
But how?
Don't ask me, but it is.
But if she knew that I could get pregnant again.
Yes, she did. That's why I'm sterile. Yes, sterile. After my illness, I had all the necessary tests. You'll never get another child from me.
They get a call from Lucy. They're locked in the apartment, her and Bonnie, because Mom left them there.
Lucy, I'll tell you what to do. Leave the apartment at once. Go and ring Mrs. Taverner's bell.
I can't. The front door's locked. The big lock, not the other one.
Did you lock?
So they go right over to the apartment as quick as they can.
Daddy! Mummy! Don't!
He runs upstairs to try to attack little Bonnie.
You know now. Let that child go. Let her go. Let her go.
Mummy! Daddy tried to kill me.
You see? You see?
I love you, Mummy. I love you.
Some time has now elapsed, and one day he's out in the park and he spots Angela Pleasance again.
Now perhaps you believe me. It's going to happen again. I've got to stop her.
Of course, by the time he gets around the pond, the pregnant stranger has walked off with that other family, and they're gone. And that's how our movie ends. All right, let's talk about the movie The Godsend. This is a movie that I originally taped. I rented it and copied it from a grocery store in Two Rivers, Wisconsin. It was a grocery store called Red Owl. I think I copied this somewhere around 1987 or so, and had on a beta tape with a couple other tapes. Now, this is one of those films, like many that I copied at that time, that I never actually watched. I always had the intent to watch them later on, never actually did, at least not timely, put it that way. I was renting so many movies I just couldn't keep up with them all. So Godsend fell into that category. Now, in 1992 or 1993, Godsend came back on cable. At that time, I was actually taping movies on VHS, on SP speed, one movie per tape. And I was retaping everything that I'd had previously, beta and EP on VHS. So it was time to retape The Godsend. It was there, it was on, so I decided to tape it. And in fact, it was on Joe Bob Briggs on his All Night Theater, or whatever his show was called on the movie channel. I remember watching it at that time, and I loved it. I thought this was a really cool flick. It's got just a creepiness to it. I remember Joe Boggs like, creepy flick, and you know what's going to happen all over again. So we have Angela Pleasance. She's called the Stranger. I don't think she ever has a name in this movie, actually. It's Donald Pleasance's daughter, and you can totally see the resemblance. She kind of just meets this family out in the park, and this family with 4 kids, mother, father, 4 kids. And she just kind of gets taken in by them. I don't know if she didn't have a place to stay or whatever, so they just kind of took pity on her because she was pregnant. She gives birth to a little girl that they named Bonnie, and then she disappears. I don't know if it was like the next day or whatever, but she was just gone, and she never returned. So left this baby here stranded, so the family obviously took the baby in and raised it as their own. So anyway, the years go by. Actually, before the years go by, Bonnie's in a crib at one point, and with their other infant child, and the child ends up dead. Not Bonnie, but the other kid. Don't know what happened. Obviously, they don't blame the child for it. They don't blame Bonnie for it. A little later on, another one of their kids drowns, and it was kind of led to believe that Bonnie may have fallen in the water, and the kid was trying to save him, or save her, and he drowned. Later on, they were playing hide and seek, and another one of their kids fell from the loft in the barn. A little blue ribbon was found, which was Bonnie's ribbon. Bonnie, we also know by this point, is a bit of a bully. She pushes people, but nobody seems to have any clue about it. And then the father begins to suspect, after the third death of his child, that something's wrong with Bonnie. He sees Bonnie take a swing, like on a swing set, and bash it into their other remaining child, Lucy, and almost killed her. This is what he says, although I don't think he almost killed her, but whatever. He now knows that something's wrong with Bonnie. Bonnie's evil, whatever. So he takes Lucy and leaves, and decides tells his wife, either Bonnie goes or we go. But Bonnie or the wife is really tied to Bonnie, and they have a bond there. So she thinks her husband's crazy. Turns out the mother is pregnant also. And then next thing you know, mom has an accident, loses the baby. Father is sterile because he got sick after Bonnie kissed him. Turns out Bonnie obviously set up the accident, and he set it up father so that he can't have any more kids either. Ultimately, the wife wants a divorce, and she at one point leaves the children. I guess Lucy, the other child, was back briefly. They were in the house together, and he's like, "You didn't leave them alone, did you?" So they run back to the apartment, and Lucy opens up the window up high. They're living like the third story or fourth story or something like that, and she's waving to her parents, and next thing you know, she falls out the window and plummets to her death. Father goes inside and tries to beat up Bonnie, but mom comes in and stops it, and Bonnie's like, "I love you, mommy. Daddy was trying to kill me." And don't know what happened after that. They divorced or whatever, but clearly some time passed. And I think they were separated. And the father was in the park, and he noticed all across this little pond that he noticed Angela Pleasance again, and she's pregnant, and she's found another family. They start walking off together, and he runs around the lake to try to stop them. And by the time he gets there, they're gone, and that's how the movie ends. So anyway, that is The Godsend. Like I said, I've seen this movie, I think, 3 times in my life now. Once on the movie channel with Joe Bob Briggs. Once when I reviewed it. Actually, when I taped it on when I reviewed it about 4 years ago on my other channel, and then now again, just now to review it again. It's a cool movie. It's available on DVD. I think it's available on Blu-ray also with The Outing, which is the next one I'm going to watch on here too. I think they're a double Blu-ray. It's a cool flick. It really is kind of creepy. No nudity in it, I don't think. A little bit of violence. It's just overall creepy vibe. I really like this film. It was actually put out by Canon, Golden Globus, before they made a lot of movies that went really sour in the 80s. But they started in 1980 with a good one. Here it is. So anyway, check it out. It is The Godsend. I'm curious if anybody else has seen this little gem. Let me know what you think about it and leave some comments down below. Watch it. Bye.